50,000 years ago, a man collapses by the fire. No fever medicine, no hospital, no doctor within 1,000 miles. So what do you do? What did they do? Here's the strange part. Thousands of years before the word germ existed, ancient humans were already treating infections, and some of it actually worked. No microscopes, no germ theory, no pharmacies. Just instinct, trial and error passed down for 100,000 years. Get it wrong, and an infection that starts in your foot can kill you within a week. Get it right, and you've just discovered something so effective we're still using versions of it today. This is the original logic behind the very first medicine. To understand how they survived, you first have to understand exactly what they were up against. Forget saber-toothed tigers. The single deadliest threat to early humans wasn't a predator, it was infection. A simple cut while hunting, a scrape from a fall. Without treatment, that tiny wound could turn deadly in days, and in a tribe of 30 people, losing even one hunter to sickness could threaten the survival of everyone. So how do you keep a man from dying of a wound that today we'd fix with a 5-pound tube of antiseptic cream? Every time you reach for a plaster or dab on antiseptic, you're running a routine that's older than agriculture, older than writing, maybe even older than our own species. To find the answer, we have to become detectives, and the clues are buried in bone, in plant residue, and in the teeth of our ancestors. Because the truth is, prehistoric humans weren't helpless, they were remarkably resourceful. Let's start with the very first clue, a discovery that rewrote what we thought we knew about Neanderthals. In Shanidar Cave, Iraq, archaeologists found the remains of a Neanderthal buried alongside traces of yarrow, chamomile, and other medicinal plants. These weren't decorative flowers. Every plant found had known medicinal properties: anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, pain-relieving. Then it was crushed yarrow pressed onto a wound. Now it's the same active compounds, extracted and bottled as modern anti-inflammatories. But here's where it gets stranger. Some researchers believe early humans didn't invent this behavior at all. They copied it. Chimpanzees, elephants, even birds self-medicate with specific plants when they're ill, a behavior scientists call zoopharmacognosy. If our closest relatives instinctively know which plants heal them, it's not a stretch to think our ancestors watched, learned, and adapted the same instinct. Now travel forward to 3,300 BCE, high in the Alps, to a body so well preserved, scientists nicknamed him Ûtzi the Iceman. Ûtzi's skin bore over 60 tattoos, not decoration, but simple lines placed precisely over joints riddled with arthritis. Then it was soot rubbed into cuts at painful pressure points. Now we call the same idea acupuncture. In his pouch, Ûtzi also carried 2 dried fungi, one a natural antibiotic, the other a proven antiparasitic. Later analysis of his gut even revealed the parasite eggs he was likely treating himself for, a 5,000-year-old self-diagnosis. So plants handled inflammation and infection. But what about the wounds themselves? Across ancient sites in Africa and the Middle East, residue analysis shows early humans packed open wounds with wild honey. It wasn't superstition. Honey is naturally acidic, low in moisture, and produces hydrogen peroxide. It genuinely kills bacteria. Then it was raw honey pressed into an open cut. Now hospitals use medical-grade honey dressings for burns that won't heal any other way. Now here's the part that will make your skin crawl, literally. Some ancient wound sites show early humans allowed certain fly larvae to remain on deep wounds because the larvae ate only dead tissue, leaving healthy flesh untouched. Then it was instinct and observation. Now sterile medical maggots are still FDA cleared for treating stubborn wounds today. For pain and fever, the answer was often growing right beside the riverbank. Willow bark, chewed or brewed, eased pain and brought fevers down for thousands of years across multiple ancient cultures. Then it was bitter bark tea. Now the same active compound, salicin, became the basis for one of the most widely used medicines on Earth, aspirin. But treating the wound is only half the battle. What about the fever itself? Evidence and ethnographic study of surviving hunter-gatherer groups shows a near-universal response.
Gentle,
Cooling
watch
the
his
body
head.
with water, shade, and rest.
Just a little further.
Then it was a shaded riverbank. Now we call it exactly the same thing hospitals still recommend for fever, cooling, fluids, and rest.
I think that's
Clay
just
was another
right.
surprising tool. Certain mineral-rich clays were eaten or applied directly to the
Looks
stomach
good.
for illness.
Great job.
Certain clays can bind toxins and bacteria in the gut, which is why some are still used in modern anti-diarrheal medicine. Broken bones told their own story.
Still, Kale.
Field
that's
fractures
smart.
found in
Just a
ancient
little more.
skeletons
You're
show
brave.
clean,
It
straight
feels
alignment,
tight.
Good, it'll
meaning
heal
someone
fast.
knew how to
Now,
set a
try to
bone.
keep it steady.
Then it was wooden splints and hide bindings. Now it's fiberglass casts, but the exact same principle of immobilizing a break to heal straight. And then there's the discovery that shocked archaeologists the most. Trepanation, deliberately cutting a hole into the skull, dates back over 7,000 years. Skull evidence shows many patients survived and healed afterward. It's believed to have treated head trauma, seizures, and pressure from swelling, an astonishingly advanced idea for its time.
Thank you.
Then it was
means
flint
a
and
lot
steady
to
hands.
have you here.
Now we call it a craniotomy, and it's still one of neurosurgery's most essential procedures. Perhaps the most astonishing discovery came from Borneo, a 31,000-year-old skeleton missing part of a
Turning,
leg,
Took.
the bone
That's
fully
right.
healed.
Look, Mira,
That means someone
it's turning
performed
into
the
paste.
amputation,
Yes,
stopped
you
the
did it.
bleeding,
Good
prevented
job.
infection, and cared for this person for years afterward. So when you line up every single clue,
Did
the
you
herbs,
get
the honey,
lab
the willow
results
bark,
for
the splints,
patient in bed
even the skull
3?
surgery,
Yes,
a pattern emerges.
They just came through on
None
the
of this was
tab.
random. It was careful,
Spirits
repeated
watch over
observation,
you.
testing
We are
what
grateful
worked,
you are
discarding
whole.
what didn't,
Here,
and
this will
passing
keep
the
you
knowledge
warm.
on.
Eat.
This
Thank
is the
you.
original logic.
I am truly blessed.
Humans didn't need germ theory to fight infection. They needed curiosity, memory, and enough care for one another to keep trying. And that instinct, to observe, to test, to care, became the exact foundation modern medicine still stands on today. Every plaster, every antiseptic, every splint and painkiller you've ever used carries a direct
Welcome
lineage
back,
to
Kale.
a cave,
We
a
missed you.
fire, and someone who refused to let their tribe member die.
Glad to see you smile again.
Kale survives. Not because of luck, but because someone, thousands of years ago, decided that giving up wasn't an option. And that single instinct is still alive in every one of us today. So next time you reach for a plaster, remember, you're using a 100,000-year-old idea. Every willow tree, every honeycomb, every scar that healed straight, it's all part of the same original logic that built modern medicine. So here's a question worth sitting with. The next time you feel a headache coming on, ask yourself, how many thousands of years of trial and error does that tablet actually represent? And if you think that's surprising, wait until you find out how ancient humans figured out how to sail across open ocean with absolutely no maps. If you want to keep uncovering the original logic behind everything we take for granted, make sure you're subscribed, because next week's mystery might change how you see your own body. And tell me in the comments, if you were stranded 50,000 years ago with nothing but plants and fire, do you think you'd have survived? This has been Original Logic. See you in the next investigation.